Imagine waking up one morning to find that the laws of nature, as you know them, have completely changed. The sun hangs motionless in the sky, not rising, not setting, just fixed in place as if the universe itself has paused. The winds scream past at unimaginable speeds, tearing across the landscape with enough force to flatten cities. Ocean waves, no longer restrained by the planet's spin, rise like skyscrapers before crashing onto land with apocalyptic force. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie, it's what would happen if Earth's rotation suddenly stopped. Our planet spins at roughly 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, a speed so steady that we don't even feel it. Day turns to night, tides rise and fall, and weather patterns move predictably, all because of this constant motion. But if that rotation were to cease, the consequences would be swift and catastrophic. The first and most immediate disaster would be the atmosphere's violent reaction. Right now, the air moves with the Earth, but if the planet stopped, the atmosphere would keep going at its original speed. Near the equator, that means winds exceeding 1,000 miles per hour faster than the most powerful hurricanes. These winds would rip across the surface like a planetary sandblaster, stripping away everything in their path. Forests would be uprooted, buildings reduced to rubble, and even the top layers of soil scoured away in minutes. At the same time, the oceans would rebel. Water, like the atmosphere, is carried along by Earth's rotation. If the planet stopped, the oceans would continue moving, creating tsunamis of unimaginable scale. Waves hundreds or even thousands of feet tall would surge inland, swallowing entire countries in a matter of hours. Coastal cities would vanish beneath the churning water, and the sudden redistribution of mass would trigger earthquakes and volcanic eruptions as the planet's crust buckled under the stress. The sheer force of the water's movement could even alter Earth's shape over time, as the ocean sloshed toward the poles in a desperate search for equilibrium. The loss of rotation would also disrupt the planet's day-night cycle. Instead of the familiar 24-hour rhythm, one side of Earth would be locked in perpetual daylight, while the other would be trapped in endless night. The sunlit side would bake under constant solar radiation, with temperatures soaring high enough to evaporate lakes and rivers. Meanwhile, the dark side would freeze, with temperatures plummeting to hundreds of degrees below zero. Only a narrow twilight zone where the two extremes met might remain remotely habitable, but even there, survival would be nearly impossible. Plants would wither without stable sunlight, animals would struggle to adapt, and human civilization, built around predictable seasons and climates, would collapse entirely. Earth's rotation also plays a crucial role in maintaining its magnetic field. Deep within the planet, the molten outer core churns around the solid inner core, generating a protective magnetic shield that deflects harmful solar radiation. If the Earth stopped spinning, this dynamo effect could weaken or even fail, leaving the surface exposed to deadly cosmic rays. Over time, the solar wind would strip away the atmosphere, much like what happened to Mars billions of years ago. Without air to breathe or pressure to sustain liquid water, life as we know it would become impossible. Even the planet's shape would change. Earth isn't a perfect sphere, it bulges slightly at the equator due to centrifugal force from its rotation. If the spin stopped, that bulge would gradually relax, causing the planet to become more spherical. But this wouldn't be a smooth process. The shifting mass would trigger massive earthquakes and volcanic activity as the crust adjusted to its new form. Entire continents could fracture, and new mountain ranges might rise as the planet reshaped itself. The biological consequences would be just as devastating. Nearly all life on Earth has evolved under the steady rhythm of day and night. Plants rely on sunlight for photosynthesis, animals depend on circadian rhythms for sleep and hunting, and even microorganisms are tuned to Earth's rotation. A non-spinning planet would throw these systems into chaos. Crops would fail, ecosystems would collapse, and the food chain would disintegrate. Humans, if any survived, would be forced into underground shelters or nomadic lifestyles, constantly migrating to stay within the narrow habitable zone between scorching heat and frozen darkness. Of course, this scenario is purely hypothetical. The Earth's rotation is slowing down, but at an incredibly gradual rate, about 1.7 milliseconds per century. It would take billions of years for the planet to stop naturally, and by then, the sun's expansion into a red giant would have already rendered Earth uninhabitable. A sudden stop would require an unimaginable external force, like a collision with another planet-sized object, and the energy released would likely vaporize the surface long before rotation ceased. Still, The thought experiment is a powerful reminder of how delicate our planet's balance truly is. From the winds to the tides, from the length of our days to the stability of our climate, Earth's rotation shapes everything around us. Without it, the world we know would cease to exist. So the next time you watch a sunset or feel a gentle breeze, remember those simple pleasures exist because, somewhere in the depths of space, our planet is still spinning, just as it has for billions of years.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.